We're doing this again.
You know what? Hey.
Feel the rhythm.
Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time. Cool runnings. Anyways, welcome back
That was a little intense. Holy shit.
to the Lousy Show. I think my coffee just hit me.
Brother.
I went from, I shit you not, I went right off camera. I was just like, yeah.
It was a pretty mellow day up until right then.
So I was like, woo!
Oh, it might have been the cocaine from earlier.
Yes. Well, if you don't know, I'm Joe. This is my lovely cohort, Sam.
Cohort.
Crime partner.
I am not affiliated with any of this.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
I plead the fifth.
Speaking of crime,
Uh-oh.
we got a lot of shit to talk about today.
Crime indeed.
Yep, because we do talk about lousy stuff all the time. We talk about lousy stuff all the time. However, on our show, we do have a good mix of lousy, but the good that can...
Like fun lousy.
It's fun lousy,
like,
exactly.
Like commercials and drinks. And
Exactly.
we need to do part 2 of drinks soon, by the way.
True, we do. Yeah.
Anyway.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to do that.
Yep.
But today, I think is the first time we've ever done an episode that not only was it about something lousy, but it was very specific to the times.
Yeah.
And if you notice by the title, you already know what we're talking about. So there's no need to sit here and do my dramatic lead ups like I love to do all the time. Today, we're talking about the state of streaming.
Yep.
A lot of you at home know who have, Sam has mentioned it here. I've said I've never going to talk about it on our show, but you've dropped it once.
Yep.
You've held true to that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I am a streamer, and this is my literal lead mod, my god mod, my right hand, smite the almighty smiter, Sam.
I watch Bruce Almighty again.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. But in my streaming endeavors, unfortunately, when you're trying to make a career of that, it's not just as much as, let me start on a video game and go play on the stream.
Way more goes into it than a lot of people think.
Yes.
It's exactly that. It's not turning on a video game and just streaming it and hoping for the best. There's a lot of background work. Like, you got to hustle to be able to do that.
And oftentimes, I find myself losing sleep over this stuff. Just like today's topic.
Yeah, this one's a rough one.
Because we are probably going to bring up some images. We're not going to show some of the stuff.
No.
We're gonna talk about it. We'll pull it up on our screen. Typically, you would see, as future Sam would do, would split the screens. I'm on the left, you're on the right, and have everything. But some of the stuff we just can't show.
Yeah.
Today's show, hopefully, will have a little bit of happiness to it, but a lot of it's going to be some just realness to it because that's just kind of how it goes right now.
Yep. It's just truly lousy, not fun, haha, lousy. It sucks. Honestly.
Today's episode is about the state of streaming.
Yep.
We're going to dive into what that looks like from the site side, the platform side, if you will. Sam.
Yes, sir.
You and I have streamed together.
Yep.
You and I have been on content journeys together for
A long time. Yep.
3
About 3. Yeah.
3 years.
3 and some change, maybe.
Yeah, you joined. Let's see. When did we start actually together? That was
2021.
right at the beginning of 2021. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. So it'll be
3 years.
yeah, it'd be 3 years this January.
Yeah.
Yep. So just in a couple months. So we'll say 3 years. For 3 years, we have done content together. We have worked together. You have, like I said, you've been my right hand man for a lot of my journey through this. And I want to ask you, from your eye, if you had to pick one platform to stream on today, what would it be and why?
Are we taking into account what's been happening recently, or
let's just take into account. Let's just take into account you're a brand new streamer and you want to start streaming.
I mean, that's a tough one because it can go a lot of different ways.
Sure.
There's 3 major ones. There's Twitch, Kick, and YouTube.
I would go as far to say there's 4
With Facebook? No,
TikTok.
Oh yeah, now you can do TikTok. Yeah, that's right. All right, so we'll call it 4. Twitch is the tried and true. It's been around for the longest time as far as live streaming. And that's its whole shtick is live streaming content.
Yep.
Especially kind of like gaming content, although they've, kind of evolved that over time. Kick is the new bad boy on the block, that anything goes for the most part. But they also pay their creators the most out of all of them.
Yeah.
YouTube, while it's got a massive audience, is primarily curated content videos, not so much live, which live does exist on there, of course, but live gets lost in the sauce a lot faster, and it's a lot harder to get paid on there as well. And then TikTok, I don't know much about TikTok. I honestly don't really watch TikTok lives except for yours, technically. It looks okay. I don't know what the pay looks like for like the creator fund or anything, but that is kind of the new emerging one as far as live streaming content goes.
Yeah.
My choice in that, I'm always kind of more the middle of the road, play it safe kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I would pick Twitch. And that's primarily because you do get lost on Twitch a bit because everybody's live streaming on Twitch basically. But they have really good resources as far as like the moderation website, for example. So like from when you were when you were streaming on Twitch, their moderation resources for my job when you're streaming is honestly the best on there.
Yeah.
Whereas Kick is trying to kind of do that, but it's still not the same level by any means.
Yeah.
And then the downside is they don't pay as much, but I'd rather kind of have a more, I guess you could say like just a general kind of middle of the road, just kind of get my feet wet and kind of learn the ins and outs of it. And then also kind of leading into what we'll be talking about today, not have to worry about shitty things happening on the website.
Yep.
Other than just, they just genuinely don't really care about their creators, which, at least like I'm used to cold corporations, so like that part doesn't really bother me too much. So yeah, I'd pick Twitch in that scenario.
That's fair. Well, I think you would be on the side of most when that comes to be, because you hit the nail on the head. A lot of people see Twitch as like the tried and true.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a Twitch account and you're getting into the live streaming side of things, people are going to be like, oh yeah, you should check out this Twitch.
Yeah.
And it takes all of 2 minutes to make an account tops. And that's including verification.
Yeah.
I like something you said there about how you said you're used to cold corporations.
Yeah.
And this is something that I'm going to put out there as a content creator who's been doing this, doing content in general for 4 or 5 years now. When did Get Low first start? I'm trying to think back.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
It'll be 5 years this coming summer. So we'll say 4 years. Yeah, we'll say 4.
Yeah.
As someone who's been doing content of all facets, many facets, even exploring different, areas, mostly podcasting and streaming, but also looking at like, cooking side of things, trying, vlogging, long form content, that kind of thing and whatnot. I've tried many different ones. I will say this, that your statement about cold corporations could not be truer.
Yeah.
And for anybody who's starting out there and wanting to stream, this is the truth about it all: is there's no good place to start.
No.
It really isn't. I want to address this before we get going, because I do feel like I'm probably going to have a strong negative demeanor. I try to keep a pretty happy or positive demeanor unless we're talking about some real serious shit.
Yeah.
This is probably going to piss me off.
Yeah.
Just giving that heads up now, because as someone who actively wants to be able to make content a full-time thing where it's a livable wage that I can take care of my family and actually do what I love to do and make my own schedule eventually.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff really pisses me off.
Yeah.
I go back to the comment that I said of, you're like everyone else who would start on Twitch. And that's realistic, expected. The problem is, like you said, with the coal corporation side, no one, and I want y'all to hear this, and future Sam, I need you to put this in bold on the screen. No one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Now, I want to clarify what that means. You have your community. You will have a community of people who are behind you. Absolutely. They care.
They care. Yeah.
The ones that don't are the ones that run the platforms.
Yeah.
Jimbo, who is a Twitch moderator, for corporate, who will come check your stream to see if you're listening to DMCA music. He doesn't give a fuck about you. The CEO, Eddie, over on Kick recently, especially after today's comments, today being Sunday, September 24th, 2023, after today's comments, of which we'll pull up here in a moment on Twitter, or X rather, Eddie doesn't give a fuck about his people. He only cares about one very important thing: money.
Money.
You know what makes money? Clicks. You know where clicks come from? The most degenerate fucking content possible.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a moment. YouTube, Google don't give a fuck about you.
No.
I work in digital marketing. I'm going to tell you right now, you know what Google cares about? Your information. That's their money. That's how they get paid.
Yep.
Any information they can get out of you to use towards it, whether you have Google Homes, Nest Hubs, the whole 9 yards, any information you plug into that, you search up something on Google. Guess what? That's more information they're feeding to them of how you look and how you do your thing every day. That's how YouTube is.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck about you. They want your clicks.
Yep.
And TikTok,
Same thing.
same
Yeah.
thing. They don't give a fuck about you. You have to essentially make your own worth.
Yeah.
You have to establish yourself as a fighting force within whichever platform you're on to try and make them be like, oh man, this person's making some ripples in the puddle.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're about. And at the end of the day, it sucks when streamers are trying to make their way and no one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Because when you have to rely on a platform to put your content out, you have no control anymore.
Yeah.
You have no control over what you can do or how things will be made an outcome. I'll use me as an example. And Sam, I know you've been a part of this ride, so it's very, very easy. I'm not going to go to the details of my show. I'm just going to simply explain what I did.
Yeah.
Just a few months ago, Twitch made a very heinous decision. I'm sure you remember this.
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, let me pull up some screenshots here for us. Twitch TOS changes June 2023. Let's do images. I want to find the actual picture. Bang! Here it is. Perfect. Yep. Yep. All right, let's go here. Thank you, Shaq News, for this. So as you can see here, back in June, they essentially took what we were doing as content creators and said, nope. No, not on our platform anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good to kind of back up for a second and realize kind of how you make money on Twitch. Right?
Yes.
So
Thank you.
So,
Yes.
Yeah. So let's stay for a second because everybody knows like gifted subs and bits, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very small portion of it in comparison to what Twitch is caring about. Because of course Twitch takes their cut, but advertising is by far and away the number one moneymaker, right?
You go watch a new Transformers movie.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see an Audi logo.
Yeah.
You're going to see a Pepsi logo in the distance. Product placement.
Yeah, exactly. So what a lot of streamers will do to supplement income is, on top of the gifts and the bits, is they'll work out partnerships. Like, for example, you have one with a clothing company called Into the AM, which great shirts, by the way. This is not an official. We are not sponsored. You are.
I am. We are not. I would love for us to be. Hey, Into the AM. Let's make it happen.
Make some tall sizes, please. Anyway, so because I'm a tall boy, but
You're a tall drink of water.
yes, sure.
And I'm thirsty.
Can we need to cut the recording? Anyway,
That's premium content. Other site.
Yeah. Ginger on ginger action. Anyway, it's been a while since we said that. So they'll supplement with sponsorship. So they'll reach out to companies, or companies will reach out to them, be like, "Hey, you have this audience. We'd like to put our product out there so they can see it. We will pay you X amount." And so people will say yes. And so for the longest time, that's how it's run on Twitch. Like, for example, Shroud is a great example. He's sponsored by Logitech, so he's always got the little Logitech thing going up there. Just, as an example there. So he gets paid a fuck ton of money from Logitech to have that there. Twitch decided, no,
Yep. And it didn't matter how big you were.
no.
That's where we're that's
Yeah,
where
you
the
could be the
statement.
Shroud or the Ninja or whoever else,
Yeah.
and they didn't give a shit. They were like, we want a slice of that pie. So,
Exactly. That's where we come up with the statement. No one gives a fuck about you.
yep.
Because it doesn't matter how big you were,
Let's put that on a shirt.
right? There you go.
It's a lousy shirt.
Let us know in the comments. Should we make that shirt for you? But that's literally where this, that's where that comes from. If no one gives a fuck about you, because
Yep.
for me, and I mean, if you want to use me as an example, you can put a screenshot up. You'll just very minimalistic
Yeah.
look of where I place my ads.
Yeah.
I always have. I want to say it's like no more than I would say at most a 60 by 30.
Oh, pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very small. It's up in
Very
the corner,
small.
Like,
Yeah. And it's a scroll, and it has every brand I work with, which I work with Into the AM, Lego, Govee, Fourth Wall.
I think that's it now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. But I scroll through those, and that's it. And that's it. And then my branding, I have in a small, I would say 50 by 50, sitting on the corner. That's it, right? Here, Twitch said, you're not allowed to do that no more.
Yeah. Well, and some streamers would take it to a whole nother level, to be fair.
To be fair,
where
yes.
they would basically cut themselves out and then put like everything behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they took up like 100% of the screen.
Correct. But what Twitch was doing was essentially saying, no more burned in ads,
Yeah.
which means what a burned in ad is where it's on the screen present when you're streaming, and it cannot be removed in post.
Yeah.
So exactly what I was using are burned in ads. No static display ads, none of that anymore. And then no audio ads or video ads could run. So you couldn't run any ads, but you could only, it says here, logos on stream brand overlays are limited to 3% of your screen size. 3%.
3% is tiny. Like,
Small.
Yeah.
Very much so. However, Twitch later on then said, we will be running ads for you.
Yeah.
And you'll get ad revenue from that. Now, let me explain here. Their ad revenue compensation is bullshit.
Yeah. No,
Because what they want you to do is run essentially 3 to 5 minutes worth of ads every like 30 minutes.
yeah.
Just like if you were to watch cable television
Yeah. It's like 22 minutes of episode and then 8 to 10 minutes of
of commercials.
if not
Exactly.
more. Yeah.
What does that do to the content creator? That ruins any chance for any new people to show up, because if they show up, they're going to get immediately hit with 2 to 3 minutes of ads.
Yep.
That ruins any opportunity for anybody. They're supposed to drive subs, but here's the thing, though, is like no one's going to want to pay attention if they don't know what the content creator is about.
Yeah. You'd have to manage to catch the content creator in that gap, which even still, like when you first go there, it's going to be like, and ads.
Correct.
Yeah.
And now also, if you're much like me and yourself as well, because we had the same mindset when we were part of our old show.
Yeah.
We don't care if you sub or not.
Yeah.
You being there is what matters most. That viewership is what's important to us, because they, and I admit, I am blessed with the people that are in my chat, because they do, like, there's people in there who are generous beyond a doubt, and they will take care of that. I appreciate that immensely.
Yeah.
And there are some people who just don't, and that's okay. But my community, as you've seen, understands that.
Yeah.
However, this negates that entirely,
Yeah.
because that person who is just trying to watch may not be subbed. They're never going to be able to have a chance to enjoy the content, because they're going to get bitch slapped with ads ever so often.
Yep.
And like something happens, they're like, oh, what happened? Oh, now I have to go back in as the content creator. I have to go back and TLDR real quick. This is what happened while you were, stuck in an ad, ad whirlpool.
Yeah. I don't think they should be on at the very beginning.
Same.
Like, I can understand maybe running some ads after maybe about 10 minutes or so, give them a little sneak peek, let them run the ad. So that way they can decide if they want to sub or not. That would be if they actually gave a fuck about the content creator, not the money from the person clicking on the content creator. That's how they would do it, but they don't. It's and like I said, it's a cold corporation. They're there to make the money.
Yep.
Which,
And of course, all the content creators that rose up and said, absolutely not, this is bullshit. They pulled it the next day. However, they still update their TOS to effectively block anybody from streaming to any other sites. And I believe there's one rule is, it has to be a minimum of 24 hours that your content is listed to Twitch before it can be posted anywhere else. So
wow.
what does that do? That fucks anybody who tries to post their stuff to YouTube,
Yep.
which is long form content.
Yeah.
So that happens, so on and so forth. Twitch proves yet again they don't give a fuck. Now let's talk about their payout.
Yeah.
50 fucking 50.
Yeah. So like,
What?
let's say, you know, a $5 sub, creator gets 250, Twitch gets 250. It used to be 70-30, right? So I'm not doing the math, but you know,
Yeah.
you got more as a creator. at the
Correct.
time.
It's yes. Used to be 70-30.
Yeah.
Then they started fucking around with the partner scale,
Yeah.
which absolutely, wrecked a lot of the partners. They don't want that. They've basically done everything they can to get every bottom dollar they can towards Twitch, because Amazon realized, okay, Twitch doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Twitch is a burning hellscape, unfortunately, when it comes to the financial world. However, if you were to, I don't know, restructure it, let's just say hypothetically, right? You allow Twitch, because Amazon runs Twitch on their personal servers.
Yeah.
Everyone else rents servers from Amazon. Amazon uses, or Twitch is running right off of it, so
Yeah.
you don't have to pay for server space.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. You want to pay your employees? Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, okay, we did a 90-10 split. I'll even be more generous. Let's do an 80-20, okay? An 80-20 split. You then now have 20% revenue off of, I'm going to do the math here because I'm going to use this. Let's see. I'm going to use this for reference here. I want to go up here. How many subs did Kai Cenat get in record? 300,000. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go calculator. Let's just say all those are tier ones.
Yeah.
Right? Three.
Numlock might be off.
Where the hell's the zero?
It's the end. Yeah. So
That's weird.
Well, so I gotten some different keycasts for this, and I didn't have an extra zero, so I just put end there. And
Oh, fair.
I never fucked with it.
0.2. Oh, wait. No. Sorry. I did the math wrong on that. Let me clear that out. So 300,000 times 5. Let's just say they're all tier 1 subs.
Yeah.
1.5 million. Times 0.2, which would be 20% going to Twitch. $300,000.
Yeah.
In 1 month, they pulled $300,000. Okay. That's one creator.
Yeah.
They have thousands. So, and understandably, not everyone's Kai Cenat pulling record 300,000 sub sales in 1 month. I get that. But let's just think for a moment. If the average streamer, let's say the average streamer is pulling, I don't know, 500 subs times 5 tier 1s, and this isn't including bits. This isn't including any of the other stuff that they run on their site that you can pay for or anything like that. Like, this is solely subs.
Yep.
2,500 times 0.2, $500. $500 for every content creator. Now, let's say how many active streamers? How many active streamers on Twitch? Perfect.
You're in images right now.
Oh, yeah. All.
That's a lot.
Okay. 7.59 million. 500. Let's just say everybody's doing 500, right? Times 7.7590,000. Bang. In 1 month.
Yep.
Now, that's an average. That can go up or down,
Yeah.
but that's an average. $3,795,000.
Million, not thousand.
Million. $3,795,000,000.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money
That's a lot of fucking money per month.
off of 20%.
Yeah.
They're taking 50%.
Yep.
Again, no one gives a fuck about you.
So that number is just way bigger, so it can pay their shareholders more. Like that's
And
the
that's
number one thing.
the problem is when it comes to creating content, because Twitch has always actively said, and I don't want to take it the whole time on Twitch because we still have Kick and the other sites to talk about, but I feel like YouTube and TikTok will be much of a shorter conversation. Yeah. But Twitch has always said, well, we're here for the creator. We want to make sure, we have TwitchCon to show you all the new stuff we're coming up with and all the fun stuff and party.
Yeah.
No, like what they're doing is they're effectively taking a boatload of money from content creators who are making this a full-time job, because the future's digital. Let's be frank about it all. The future's digital. The world is ever evolving when it comes to how you ingest content, where live format is better. Live format, people thrive in that. It's that serotonin that hit of, oh, I said something in this person's chat. Oh, he acknowledged what I said. He said my name, or she said my name, or she said, oh my goodness, my name's now on her wall or his wall, or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's that serotonin boost that you get every single time. And when we try to actually do that correctly as content creators, where we want to provide quality, well thought out, well-produced content, we're getting shafted on the financial side.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about the split. Let's make that our transition, shall we?
Oh, yeah. Kick, they pay a lot more.
Kick pays a lot more.
95.5.
Yep.
Which that's a lot.
Now, let's explain why they can do that. For the common man who doesn't know,
Yep.
do you know why they're able to do that?
So Kick is actually owned by another company called Stake. And Stake, for those that don't know, is an online gambling website. And so their whole investment into Kick is to drive traffic to Stake so that people can gamble their lives away, which there it is
As it comes up.
eventually. But yeah, so they have a large financial benefactor that can eat the losses, is basically what's there. The 5% just helps to kind of come up with, like, keep up with the server space, I guess you could say. But
Yep.
it's still it's just an online casino is all it is. Which there's nothing wrong with that inherently, like having an online casino.
Yep.
And it's kind of a smart move to do that. Of course, there's always the people that'll bring up, like potentially getting kids addicted to online gambling. But I mean, I think it's, video games that have crates, that kind of do that more than anything else. But, that's a conversation for a whole nother day.
Yep.
But yeah, so they get their money from there as opposed to from the people that are on their website.
And I'm just going to go on and shut the comments up now on this. If you try and get in our comments right now and be like, oh, well, Stake's gambling people's livelihoods away, fuck off.
We know that. This is a free world.
Let's go ahead and start naming off all the sins we commit every single day.
Yeah.
Okay, like no one's any better.
No.
If they are effectively using that money to take care of content creators on a site where content creators are trying to be full time, make a livelihood, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's not awesome
is poor decision making.
Yeah.
Really poor. So Kick was also kind of brought up because you can kind of do whatever you wanted to on there. Like
Insert Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross is the perfect example of that. Like, for example, he was just broadcasting an NFL game. You can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. So I'm sure Kick got fined for that. But
If they didn't, definitely Aiden needed to, or none to the point though.
Yeah.
It still happens.
Yeah.
DMCA is a thing.
Yeah.
And I admit, I'm no short of my sins in this. I listen to DMCA music all the time. It happens. I admit it's wrong. I do that, but that's not. I don't want to. I don't want to sit here and say that it's okay.
Well, I mean, at the same time, though, you're not using that for your direct content.
Correct.
You're just using it as a background noise machine.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And that is fine.
Yeah.
I am okay with it. I think that I come from an old time. You and I have played music all our lives.
Yeah.
I come from a time where if somebody was playing my music to a boatload of viewers, that is
great.
Free marketing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do it more.
Yeah.
Understandably, you don't need to be playing Metallica because Metallica doesn't need all the extra exposure.
No, they're good.
However,
yeah,
but if I'm listening to, I don't know, there was a band we were listening to the other night, Dreaming of Eden.
yeah,
Old band, throwing it way back.
and shout out.
Love those guys. They're not a band anymore, but played their music live, and people were like, holy shit, who is this?
Yep.
I had a couple people ask me for the playlist. I'm like, here's the link. Y'all go ahead.
Well, and that's the thing with music is it is like a lot more about like word of mouth than like, just hearing it, So like if you just get it playing places, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, but you know what's worse than playing music? Sexual assault.
That's a hell of a transition. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And this is where the state of streaming really takes a turn. I'm going to go in and say trigger warning now for anybody who needs it. It's about to get rough for the next few minutes.
Yeah.
So, Twitch, no short of screwing over their creators. However, I will give them this. When it comes to what they allow and don't allow, they have a pretty lockdown on making sure that situations like this that we're about to talk about would be handled effective immediately.
Yeah, Twitch's TOS don't play. Like
Correct.
They do not fuck around with anything in like the gray area. And,
Correct.
I mean, Amaranth was kind of another example of that for beforehand was, there wasn't any real clear verbiage on certain things. So they updated that and they said, hey, no.
And a lot of people got mad because she wouldn't get perm banned.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the temp bans are warning shots of like, look,
Yeah.
we didn't have clear discussion on this.
Yeah.
We've updated this. Don't do this no more. And she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't. I will give her credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
A lot of people shit on Amaranth a lot of the times. But hey, look, one, she knows her niche. Two, she understands that if they came back and said, hey, don't do this no more.
Yeah.
We've updated this. She'd be like, I bet. No problem.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Hey, show off in your bikinis, try on your damn underwear sets. I don't give a shit. But as long as you follow the rules, do your thing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just be in a hot tub.
Exactly. Hey, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Shit. I'll show off my titties. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Kick,
doesn't exactly have the most clear verbiage on their TOS.
No.
At all. And then so something happened with that recently.
So, you know what? Let me just dive into this real quick because we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this so far. We greatly appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube or listening on any listening sites. Make sure to go follow us on there as well. And also, if you're watching the video, drop us a like and share it to your friends who might want some lousy advice as well. If you have any at all lousy advice that you want from us or any lousy ideas that you'd like us to cover, drop it in the actual comments down below or send it to us at thelousypodcast@gmail.com. You can also email us there anytime with any ideas you have. Back to the show. Yeah, that's what I want. Let's see. Kick Under Fire. Thank you, Dexerto, for this. This is actually who I watched a lot of this from. Kick Under Fire after creepy Ice Poseidon stream leads to swatting. Now, he didn't get swatted. He got arrested. I want to know if the video is available. This is where we're not going to be able to really... okay, so... Miss Savage. Oh, I know who Miss Savage is. Miss Savage actually commented on this. I wish we could find the video. So I'll explain the video. It's actually probably better we don't show it. Oh,
It just took some time to load.
yeah. So I'm just going to show, or Future Sam, just show this. We're not going to play the video for the viewers. Show this screenshot here real quick and then cut off the screen before we play it. I'll give you a second. Awesome, you've seen it. So before we play this, I'm going to tell you right now, it's creepy. It's disgusting. Just warning you now, you haven't seen this.
No.
Oh, it's still loading. Lovely. Well, I'll go and give you a TLDR while this is loading. This guy right here. Oh, Ice Poseidon and somebody else are hiding in one of these rooms. I can't remember exactly where. This guy right here hires the escort to come in. She shows up. They're doing their thing.
I was gonna say, should you explain the situation before?
Well, I was going to after you saw the video, so that
Okay.
way you got more context. But I'll explain now while we're waiting for it to load, regardless.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't want to explain it and then take away from your first time reaction to this. I wanted to see your thoughts as well. But
Gotcha.
nonetheless, yeah, more of a genuine thought. Nonetheless, here's what happened to everybody who's watching. They hire an escort. Escort shows up, right? First of all, on the stream here on the screen, you see the dude's walking around in his draws. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have been in my draws live, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
You got to have some good body positivity for that kind of thing. But the main thing I tried to make sure of was that no phallic images were shown in that moment.
Yeah.
I was backed so far away from my camera, you can't see anything. Now, Johnny Long Dick over here, he's packing heat. You see a full rock hard wiener pretty much the entire time he's front facing camera. That's not cool. That's not cool. Because one, Kick allows kids on their stream, on their site. Two, this right here, especially Ice Poseidon, knowing how big he is, there's people watching. You have 20, 30,000 people watching.
Easily. Yeah.
Easily. So you're allowing people to see this. So old Mr. Clean Johnny Sins over here brings her in, starts getting creepy. They're getting ready to go to this bedroom over here. She gets a text message. Hey, you are on live stream right now. Get out.
Yeah.
She goes to leave. He blocks the door.
Yikes.
He blocks the door from her leaving. She has to squeeze her way out the door. And he's like, but I paid you $500. You should stay. You do your job. And she's like, no, I'm leaving. Like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how escort services get paid, but I have no doubt in my mind that I'm sure he would be able to get a refund in that situation. However, I'm sure there's no refund policy for when you lie to the people you booked with and try to live stream your sexual escapades on Kick.
Yeah.
Now, let's go a step further. The fact that Kick allowed it to continue and
This is the worst part.
co-CEO Eddie was in the chat
Yeah.
egging it on.
That's not good. Not a good look.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
That's and here's where it affects me. Something like this you would think doesn't directly affect me. However, just a few short weeks ago, I took a stand in front of my entire community and on my personal YouTube channel and said, I vouch for Kick. Kick's a great place for you to become a content creator. Kick's a great place for you to get paid appropriately. Kick's a great place for you to go grow. They take care of you.
I mean, because up until this point, they were, they had some questionable decisions with like Aiden Ross, but
Correct.
Other than that, I mean, it was more just like a free speech conversation as opposed to
This.
prostitution and
Yeah. And this is something I can't turn a blind eye to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody can really.
No.
And unless it's the degenerates who hang out in that chat and they think this is funny content.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Grand Theft Auto is not real. Like, buying hookers like that and trying to live stream it is not good. No offense to her. You understand she's much more than a hooker. She's an escort. They actually get taken care of very well.
Yeah.
Job's a job. I get it. But the way they treated her is absolutely indescribably wrong on so many levels. But Kick allowing that to be live streamed for everyone to see? Why? Why are we not taking care of this now?
Yeah.
Now,
Because what was their response to that?
Sam, I love your segues. I love your segues. Let's go back here real quick. Let's go ahead. Kick response to Ice Poseidon. Thank you, Dexerto, again. You're amazing. I always love their stuff. There's sometimes they do get it wrong. However, they do get it right a lot of the times. Let's read Kick's response. This was posted today. As of recording this, this was posted at 10:34 a.m. Central Standard Time. Has 1.4 million views on it, 458 quotes, 144 reposts. Get out of the way. Noties. Go on. 2,626 likes, which is, in comparison to the views, not good. Let's read. There's incredible untapped potential in what live streaming has to offer. We're firm believers that the greatest days of live streaming are yet to come. Not a great way to start this.
Yeah, not great.
With that said, community and public safety cannot be compromised in the process of making content. We're continuously learning where this balance sits and are making changes daily. We appreciate our community for the continuous feedback, both the good and the bad. We'll keep you updated on upcoming changes to community guidelines and subsequent enforcement measures. Now let's just, because Kick primarily communicates through Twitter. Let's go on down here to their non-pinned tweets. Okay, well apparently they don't even have those on anymore. I guess you had to be subscribed to them.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't have we don't have a Twitter account. So.
Yeah, yet. Hopefully never.
Yeah. Or sorry.
To my knowledge, I would look at my phone, but we're using it to record.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, they have not posted anything since. So let's break that down.
Yeah.
Sam, what does that post tell you?
Tell me they don't give a fuck. It's basically just like, yeah, we're going to update our guidelines and stuff. But, I mean, they're not announcing any bans on Ice Poseidon, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I say, what happened to Ice Poseidon?
Yeah.
What happened to Eddie?
What about the CEO? And, that it just seems this is very much copy pasta corporate jargon to try to cover up a situation. Is basically what I'm reading there.
What I'm reading is they called in their junior PR person and said, hey, you need a job? We got something for you to type up. This is what happened. Give it to us. And they made this, and they were like, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's send it. Kick, we have to say it, doesn't give a fuck about you.
No.
I understand in the world of corporate workings, money runs everything.
Cash rules everything around me.
Cash is king.
Yep.
However, money cannot sway me, at least.
Yeah.
Some people it can. It does not sway me into staying somewhere
Yeah.
that allows that to happen. Because if I go to Kick right now and we pull up, oh, hey, Amaranth.
Yeah.
Look at you.
What's up?
Yep. Look who's live right now.
Is he just sleeping?
Sleeping. Live right now.
Is this the same Eddie? I'm assuming.
That's the same Eddie, yes.
Yikes.
So tell me why he's still alive after we just witnessed what we did. That's my problem.
Because of the money he brings in, I guess. But
It has to be.
Yeah.
Now I look back. This is realistically one of the worst situations Kick's ever been through.
Yeah.
But Kick has always been firm in saying that they they are providing a safe and structured place for their creators to grow, right? What would you consider safe and structured in an event like this?
Nothing.
What would you expect to be an outcome?
I would expect that they ban the fuck out of Ice Poseidon, at the very least, temporarily, just while everything kind of chills out. And then I would say Eddie needs to come out and kind of say an apology or something,
I agree.
because I mean, if he's there actively egging it on and then not doing anything about it, then at the very least that, I mean, it should be that maybe having him step down, but
I would say this. I would say that Eddie, I would not say Eddie needs to step down. I wouldn't go that far. I would say, however, Eddie needs to address his faults.
yeah.
Eddie needs to come out and publicly state, look, I fucked up. I think if he were to come out and actually admit that he fucked up and recognize where the fuck ups were, and on top of that, be very diligent in removing the issues, I think he would have a lot more of a platform to stand on. However, he's been stone cold silent since this happened.
Yeah.
And I don't take a Kick post as Eddie's words.
No.
Because Eddie has always been very forward about being on his own Twitter account and saying his own piece.
Yeah.
No, Eddie, you need to either make a video or a Twitter post, a twit longer. I don't care. It needs to be something.
Yeah.
And we need action. I I cannot sit here and say with a certain that Kick is a viable option to stream on anymore if they're going to allow that to continue.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to allow shit like that, then I mean, unless you want your brand to also be associated with things like that,
Yeah.
I would stay away from it, and I would take the pay cut.
Yeah,
And, you know,
and honestly, speaking on pay cut, we could talk about the other two, so we can kind of conclude this. YouTube, again, like you said earlier, to echo that point, not exactly a viable streaming option. I've done it myself. We've actually done it together.
yeah, that's
It's-
where we started.
Yeah, it's not a viable option.
No,
I think that the problem we see with YouTube is that they have, it's almost like they have a small amount of budget
Yeah.
that they put towards streaming, and they're like, all right, we're going to figure this out on this amount of money while we make sure all the long form content's fine.
yeah,
And even then, the algorithm for long form content is all based on what's going to be binge watched, essentially.
Yeah.
Like videos where someone's going to sit there and watch the whole thing, and they're guaranteed to click on the next video and click on the next video and so on and so forth. Like, I get that. Sure. That's kind of the world we live in, whatever. Still, I recommend people make the content they want to make.
Yeah.
By all means, please do. But nonetheless, YouTube streaming side is not a viable source.
Not
However,
to start off with, at least. So my thing would be, I think it's more once you've garnered a community,
Correct.
and have an established following, then make the switch to
Yep.
YouTube. For example, Ludwig is the one that comes the most to mind to me. Is, you know, he had a pretty massive following on Twitch. You know, he had a big old subathon record and everything, and then, you know, he was basically being courted between Twitch and YouTube, and it just sounded like, from what he said in a lot of his videos, Twitch just didn't really give a fuck. You know, he had basically been given an offer, YouTube countered it, and then Twitch was like, all right, have fun on YouTube.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep.
But since having YouTube, or having Ludwig on YouTube, he's been doing some really cool content over there. And then, like, you know, for example, he just hosted like a World's Greatest Gamer live stream thing where he got a bunch of people together, and they were basically just a giant thing, and YouTube paid for the whole thing. And
Yep.
and so they're doing some cool established content. So they're focusing more on the content, not so much the platform, if that makes any sense. You know, so like, yeah, definitely go there once you've already established your community, but not to start off.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if you can garner that community and grow it enough, especially if they know that what your content is real and authentic, and that you're real and authentic, and they can believe, an honest belief at that of what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
I believe that your community will go anywhere you go.
Yep.
I don't believe YouTube's a great sustainable spot to start by any means, but I do believe you can definitely get a foothold over there once you have that community behind you.
Yeah.
I do recognize, though, that a lot of the bigger streamers and a lot of the bigger creators like Ludwig, Tim, Doc, Lupo, Courage, a lot of your bigger guys over there, they went over there with thousands and thousands of viewers already. And I try to do my best to make sure I don't use that as a reference point, because it's not a viable option for someone like myself or any other creators who are in my market. Now, according to statistics, based on my viewership, I'm in the top, I think, 2% of streamers, which is cool.
Nice.
However, the gap between me and Tim,
Oh, huge.
massive.
Massive. Yeah.
So that's not saying much.
No.
Being in that realm, that just means that everyone underneath that 2% mark is streaming to probably 10 viewers or less,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Continue to grow. Never stop anybody. You know, do your thing.
It's a slow grind.
It is,
Yeah.
but YouTube is also, like you said earlier, very difficult to monetize.
Yeah.
Now they redid their structure recently where they added a tier 1 partner to tier 2 partners. A tier 1 partner is specifically for streamers, really, where once you hit 500 subs and I think it's 3,000 active watch hours, you then can have tier 1 partner, which is for streamers basically having memberships active.
Yeah.
For tier 2, it's a whole extra layer of craziness that is cool.
Yeah.
But that's more for the people who have been grinding that side. And I personally have been trying to grind mine for sure.
Yeah.
But the monetization is very difficult to reach. So if you are someone who's monetized on either Kick or Twitch, going to YouTube is you're going to see an immediate effect of the financials, because that you're not going to get paid right away.
Yeah.
However, I also noticed when it comes to, and I want to talk about this briefly, the quality of video. If you notice the quality of video between Twitch Kick, and YouTube, YouTube has the highest quality.
Yeah.
Period. That's also because Google runs the world, and their server space is
Massive.
literally like you can't calculate it. But they, I mean, like it's incredible how clear and the quality is, how up to date like the quality is, or the speeds are. So like if I'm saying this sentence right now, you're almost hearing it in real time.
Yeah.
Whereas on Twitch and Kick, there's a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
Between the two.
Twitch's delay is, I think, the biggest. But
No, Kicks.
Is it Kicks?
Kicks is a 10-second delay.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
well, damn. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, I've timed it. So when I go live, I will sit there. I've done this before. I've sat there with a stopwatch where I'll hit the go live button and I'll start my stopwatch, and I'm waiting for the screen to refresh when the window pops up. And I think the lowest I've ever seen it is 8.5 seconds.
Gotcha. Well, I think they must change that depending on your status, because there's a clip of XQC streaming on Kick, and whoever he was talking to was like, "Bro, you're instantly live. Like you're like what you're saying now. I'm hearing at the exact same time on Kick." And
But
so
they probably prioritize.
probably prioritize the bigger ones for sure.
Yeah.
So it's probably something like that.
Would not surprise me in the slightest.
No.
But yeah, I mean, when it comes to quality, for sure, I think YouTube has the best monetization when it comes to that side. I mean, the easiest way to get monetized is Twitch.
Yeah.
Kicks is a little bit more difficult because one, the size of our platform, there's not a lot of like viewership attainability right now.
Yeah.
Unless you're bringing your own communities over, which like for me, I did that pretty easily to only do the fact because my community was like, okay, drive. Cool.
Yeah.
We hit it. Also, let's go, go live.
Yep.
However, the easiest to monetize of all, I would say, is TikTok.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is short form content, which is easily digestible. As long as you're posting your TikToks, you're catching. I mean, I'm sure you've seen us on TikTok. If not, go follow TikTok.
Yep.
It's digestible. It's easy to attain. It's very quick. It's rapid. It's doom scrolling. I think it's 1,000 viewers or not 1,000 viewers, 1,000 followers and a certain number of likes, and you are monetized.
Yeah.
So if you start posting and you can hit that follow age, you're good. Done. And as far as time to hit on that side, it's much easier.
Yeah.
Much easier than I would say any other site. TikTok, the only thing is you're in vertical format, so a little different.
Although you can stream horizontally, just most people are going to be scrolling through vertically, and then they have to turn their phone.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, most people won't.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, nope, keep going.
Yeah.
Breaks the norm. It's that mold in their head where they're like, nope, I didn't like that. I think if you were to start on any streaming site today, I think, and this is just for the general audience, I think if anybody were to start streaming today, I don't know what I would tell them.
It's a hard choice. I mean, all you can really do is present the facts and then let them make their decision for themselves.
Yeah.
Because I mean, part of me almost said TikTok, but then realizing the 1,000 follower thing, that can still be difficult to hit.
It can be.
So like even if you're posting content regularly, if nobody's actually digesting it and following,
Hell,
then,
we haven't even hit that yet.
No,
we
we're
just
almost-
hit 500.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're just about at 500. So,
Yeah, we just coasted over that. And the only reason we hit that was because we posted a clip from one of our prior episodes that just happened to just pop.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, this is funny as fuck." I did see a comment on there. Shout out to you for saying this. Apparently, someone in the comments said, "Wow, Theo Vaughn gets big and suddenly all these white guys start coming out of their basements." And I was like, "That's pretty funny."
that was pretty good.
That's pretty good. Knowing it's a roast, solid roast.
Yeah.
But we got lucky. On that one, we were just posting to post because we were like, hey, you know what? Let's do this the right way.
Yep.
It just so happened that one just caught fire, and we ended up hitting the 500 mark, which is great.
Yeah.
Hoping we could do that again and kind of replicate that process over and over. But it's not a guaranteed situation. You can make as quality of content as you want. I never recommend skimping on the quality. Always make it as high end and high tier. Even for us in doing this, like we have a Rodecaster Pro 2 board, we have Rode Pod mics, Elgato arms, a nice IKEA table, monitor. But our studio is nice and set up because we want to do this professionally and quality.
Yeah.
And the same thing when we're editing, you go in to do the edits, and everything. It's a quality edit. Things look good, clean, fresh.
Yeah.
Like I never recommend taking away from the quality side.
Yeah.
but it's not a surefire means to you exploding.
No,
you know,
just because you're good at what you're doing doesn't mean people watch it.
Yeah,
that's the difference. You know,
you can go look at my office setup. I'm actually planning on doing an office tour here soon
Yeah.
because we're getting ready to move my office. But once I do that, I'm gonna have a full office tour. But I'm not streaming to 10,000 people.
No.
That's okay.
No.
I'm still gonna produce high quality and treat my office space as quality as possible. It's that, but it's not going to catch fire immediately just because of that. You still have to put in the legwork. I think of where the easiest way to do that, and unfortunately, the term "easy" and content creation don't mesh. Like
because at the end of the day, it's not easy.
It's a
It can
job.
be very fun, but that's not easy. You know, so like if you really like what you're doing, you're going to work hard at it. You know, so I mean, like I said, I'll still echo. I think Twitch is probably the best place to start.
yeah,
And just taking the pay completely out of it, just their resources for both their creators and for their viewers, it's honestly kind of second to none on
Yeah.
all of that. So I personally like Twitch the most. So yeah, that would be my final statement
yeah.
on all of it.
Yeah, I'll conclude by saying this. I agree with you when it comes to, if you take money out of it, when it comes to the quality of tools, the quality of life, the quality of service that you're going to provide or be able to be provided, Twitch is probably going to be the best move. Now, I have badmouthed Twitch like crazy.
Yeah.
And that's only because I think they steal from their creators. When it comes to the money side, I think 50-50 split's absolutely awful.
Yeah.
But I recognize that they do offer great things.
I think it's good to be critical of anything, honestly.
Correct.
You know, like because if you don't like something, speak up, say something. You know, so
Critical thinking is always a good tool to have.
Yep.
I would say this though, if you're a young and up and coming content creator, someone who wants to get started in this industry, do your research. Constantly stay up to date on everything. Like some people get mad at me for it, but I stay on my phone sometimes, just making sure I'm knowing what's up. Like if I hear rumors of an update, I'm like, what's going on?
yeah.
And I'll say this, Kick. This is a message to Kick, and let us know in the comments down below what you think on this. But I'm taking this at face value of what we've been provided in their community statement. And Kick, you failed us.
Yeah.
You failed us. Like when it comes to content creation, you were the one who was supposed to compete against the big bad boss of Twitch.
You were the chosen one.
Yeah, I mean, really. The money's great.
You were set to destroy the Twitch, not join them.
Yeah, honestly, the money's great, but the security's better.
Yeah.
Knowing that, because I'm not gonna subject my brand, my community, my people to that ever.
No.
I don't think anybody should. And yeah, it sucks, but
Yep.
sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and
At least we
figure out
have
the next step.
options. Like while not all the options are perfect, there are many options to go through, and there are some even like small websites that you can technically do it on, but
I agree.
we don't recommend those.
Yeah, those are not good. So, but again, let us know what you think in the comments down below. We're gonna get out of here before we continue to ramble on for the next hour.
Yeah, I would say it's been an hour just about. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, please let us know in the comments down below what you think. If you're a content creator as well and you would love to give us your input, feel free to either join the Discord and put some notes on that. You can join the Lousy Show section, and we'd be more than happy to hear your thoughts.
Yep.
Or put your comment down below, and we'll read them live. Honestly, I think this is going to be a situation where if we have enough comments, blow this up. We're going to have to do a full separate episode on specifically this, which is totally fine. I would love to do some live readings on that. So let us know what you think. Also, if you're listening on any sites, make sure to follow back to the questionnaire that we put on there. I'm sure this will be involved with that as well. And let us know your thoughts as well. We'll read those out as well. But in the meantime, there's a button behind me.
Yep. Click it.
Click that. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Get this out into the YouTube algorithm world and to make sure YouTube finds these things. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye.